Good morning and welcome back. Today I'm going to go and take a look at a driveway that the lads did yesterday. I wasn't in and I missed this one, although they did manage to get a time-lapse video of it, so I'll insert that on our socials very soon. I'm just going to go and take a look, get some photos, some aerial shots and see how it's looking this morning. Let's go and take a look.
Now, whilst we'd recommend you always use a professional, some people want to lay their own patios, that's fine. Here's a few do's and don'ts just to help you. So when you're doing your slabbing, for the mortar mix underneath, you don't want it too dry, otherwise it won't stick. You don't want it soaking wet, otherwise it ends up coming up in the joints. What you want is a nice, soft, durable, playful mix. If you just look at that in the barra, that's how you want it, nice and playful. You want a 30mm bed underneath, no more, because otherwise it's too deep, no less, otherwise you'll never get the slab down. 30mm bed underneath. This bit's a pathway, so it's a bit more better with a trowel than throwing big shovelfuls in. When you've got your man doing your cuts for you and you're preparing the bed, just write each measurement down on the slab. He hasn't got a pest here, the measurement's there for him. And always remember, don't forget your 3mm and your 3mm either side. Take off your 6mm. He's got the measurement perfect then. Today we are using GRS porcelain, 20mm thick. It's very, very, very light grey with a slightly darker grey speckled through it. All the same batch. Take a look over there, we've got loads of them and we're going to get them flown down. A little trick for beginners when you're laying your bed. The size of your slab's 900, just mark it on the patio and that way you'll know how much bed to put out. You won't go past it like I have because I didn't mark it, but just showing you for the camera. And you won't go too less of muck. You'll have the perfect amount so that when you do get the splodge out from when you're tapping it down, the excess is already there. It's not trying to fight against muck. Little tip. You back every slab with a slurry primer. This helps the slab bond to the mortar so that you don't get no pull up on it. As you know, porcelain isn't porous, so it doesn't absorb the moisture from the mix. Slurry just gives it that little bit of stick. Cover as much of the slab area as you can. Obviously you've got to put your fingers on it. So have a nice little bucket of water next to the slab, just so you can wash your hands off before you start messing around with it. We're using 3mm spacers in between the slabs, as you can see. That just helps you get the slab nice and flat. Excuse Leo, no lift. I'm on about the slab, not you, Leo. As you can see, it just goes in there. You have to mind your fingers. You can use suction pads. I'm old school, I never bother with suction pads. Bit of water. Always clean where you're going to put your twisties, otherwise it will stain. Nice and tight, not too tight, you know, tight enough. Give it a little clean rag. They stop any lips on the slabs, no trips. You can do it without them, but it just gives you a little bit more accuracy. Bit of a better finish. We're about to put a manhole in. As you can see, the base of the manhole is too low and we want to put a recess in so that we can continue the pattern through. So we're going to put a riser in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a tape measure. We're going to measure the depth of the manhole. Manhole depth is 60mm. I'm going to measure the height of the slab on here and mark it, which is 3, 4, So 7 rings from the top, and then we're going to take 40 mil off that. A bit of compost to make it 50 mil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is there. Then 50 mil. Wait, what's the manual? 60 mil, 70 mil. That ring there. And then we cut that off. Put that on. Stone round it. Bed that manhole on. Before you take the cover out of the lid, what you want to do is make sure, because you want it to go back in the same way so you know that it fits exactly, is just mark inside of there and mark on the outside of there, you know that goes back in that way. Little tip, can't go wrong. This is the recessed manhole lid we're going to put in, just so that we can keep the pattern of the slabs. We've got a, where's my tape, Liam? We've got a 3 mil, that's a 3 mil spacer, so it'll act as a 3 mil spacer down the line. It's just so that if we do this, you don't get a horrible cut in there, fiddly cut. So if we cut the end off, we'll cut the rim off just the one side, nice and tight to the slab. And then what we'll do then, we'll measure out now, see what suits us best. Just filling around the outside like this. Just try around the edges so it traps it all in, make sure there's no holes, nice and watertight. All the way around.
Okay, so that's it for today. Some useful tips there from Mark. Tomorrow we are doing a resin path and car park. It's a really big job. There's going to be loads going on. So check back tomorrow evening for that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be back again tomorrow.